Hi, Tamber. Welcome. Thank you for joining us and helping us in organizing the celebration. Um, we are just so grateful and proud to have as many birth parents involved in these.
Thank you for having me, Allison. I'm grateful to be a part of this platform and to be a part of celebrating parents being reunified. I myself was in a child welfare system, so I wish I'd known about this before, but now I'm glad that there's something out there to help support those birth parents that are already in the system, or also their case is closed as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, question number one. Could you tell us a little bit about you and your story, and how you got to
A little bit about me. I had a case, probably it closed out maybe 3 years ago. I had struggled with my case plan. The case plan was it lasted for 2 years. It was a very difficult process for me. I had a lot of challenges with my case plan when I was in the child welfare system. From trying to find transportation to get to all of these classes, to trying to go over and keep a stable job while trying to comply with all the classes. There wasn't really any jobs that I could hold in place, because of so much that was expected out of me on a case plan, which was just unbelievable. I had to basically do virtual work. I had to become a 1099 employee and do stuff from home to work everything around my schedule, because with visitation twice a week, parenting classes, all the other classes, it was just very, very, very overwhelming and very challenging for me. And it was a rough start. Maybe that first year is very rough. And then later on, because I had a public offender before, my past attorney, which was Margaret Julian. It's everything that I had talked to the attorney that I had before. She claimed she was supporting me, but when we got in the courtroom, it was a different story. And somehow, I guess it was just through the grace of God, I switched judges. I didn't see myself winning at all. That first year with everything. But when we switched judges and then I got Margaret, I actually saw a big change. I actually everything that I talked to her about, and it seemed like she actually was supporting me in the courtroom, there to kind of help reduce any negative energy that was said in a courtroom. Because when you're in a courtroom, it seems like everybody's against you. You hear all these people at this round table. It's a lot going on. But that's pretty much how I got started in QPI, was through my former attorney, Margaret Julian, who I'm very grateful of. She actually believed in me. She supported me. And also, along with Margaret, I have gotten support from my child's foster parent as well. And like I said, we all know that being in a child welfare system, it just seems like it's built for you to fail. And I was grateful to have that support from my child's foster parent. She didn't seem she wanted to take my child from me. She seemed as if hey, I'm here to help support you. I'm here to, give you that encouragement. And I think encouragement goes a long way when you're dealing with these kind of challenges in the system. And I think that's how I got started with QPI. I think after my case had closed, and I always stayed in contact with Margaret Julian throughout. She's like a second mom to me, I guess, from afar. But
she's amazing.
she came to me and then she was like, hey, I think you'll be a good candidate, you know.
Tell us, could you explain what QPI is?
Well, QPI is basically the abbreviations is Quality Parenting Initiative, and it's all about building relationships, and in a child welfare system where everybody works together with the goal of reunifying the child with the parent. And that's when I talk about reunifying or building relationship, is meaning like the foster parents and like the judges and the case managers, we all get on one accord and to do what's best as far as reunifying. Reunification should be the goal. And building those relationships is what helps move everything smoothly and like makes case plans a lot easier. I can assume from case managers' point of views. Also, like it just, and including the birth parent in the process. And I believe QPI is like a really good like component, like to include the birth parent, because it seemed like a lot of other things, like when it comes to child welfare, like rules and stuff, like the birth parent isn't included in it. It's like no kind of support. And I love the fact that QPI allows that possibility, that chance, a platform to allow us to be a part of something and feel like we have the support within. It feels like a family being a part of QPI. We're all working together. And that's what we should all, everything in life, we should all want to work together. But, you know, of course, that's not how life works out. We seem to kind of be, you know, separated in everything we do.
Yep.
And separation creates chaos and difficulty. It's like bitter behavior, like animosity towards one another. So QPI, I feel like, is a really good way to be implemented into like case plans and the child welfare period. That'll help make things a lot better. You won't have so many broken homes. That's what QPI means to me.
Yeah. No, I think QPI is beautiful, and it's, you know, it's allowing birth parents space to be an active participant in their child's lives and make decisions with the foster families, even though, you know, as you and I know, you know, for a long time, I remember walking into the courtroom and being the offending parent, right? Like I'm the offending parent. And it's nice to have, you know, a program that supports the family unit as a whole and the child and the co-parenting. And I think QPI is really special.
Absolutely. And absolutely. And it helped with a lot of like these policies and laws. I feel like it's only the beginning, you know, with this QPI thing, even though it's not so many people involved, but like, I feel like it's going to take some time to kind of like spread it all over. But I feel like I'm happy to be a part of like the movement, like that change to be. And I think that's why I joined QPI. Like I really, at first, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Like when she said, hey, like, I think this would be good. And like, I realized, like, I thought I was just going to be like helping out, like, hey, maybe like talking here and there. But I didn't realize all the work that was like involved. And like, I really did.
Well,
You know,
so
like maybe I bit off more than I chewed, but.
Yeah, but they're so lucky to have you. Now, if there are birth parents who have been reunified and their case is closed, can they join in QPI? Can they do?
Absolutely. And I think, yes, absolutely. I think it'd be a good thing to join QPI, because I know that a lot of birth parents, they don't want really anything to do with child welfare once their case is closed. But I think the fact that is beneficial because you're a parent that actually made it out. There's a lot of parents that don't make it out and to get reunified with their child. They get TPR, lose custody, all kind of things happen. And the fact that you made it to the point where you reunify with your child, that's a celebration in itself. And I think, like, even though you don't want nothing to do with it, but you want to be a part of being supportive of those other parents that haven't been reunified. And that's what I thought about. It's a give back. Like, hey, I made it past everything. I done beat all the challenges, all of that. And so why can't I be a part of supporting other parents and helping them get through it? Because obviously I had a system in place to help me get to where I am. So I want to be a part of that. And I want to be a support, because it's a, you know, being a birth parent, or birth parents don't have much support in the system. There's very little support. So I want to be a part of that change and that movement and advocate. So yeah, birth parents, I recommend any bio parent that has been reunified to be a part of it, because you made it. Would you want another birth parent to make it through or see the challenges that they might be having? Like, just nobody wants to sit back and see somebody get like destroyed or, you know, not reunified. So I think if you be any help could make a change.
Yeah, I agree. I think that for me, when I left the system and was reunified, I always had a feeling like, you know, I wish I could help support other parents, because I know how lonely and shameful that feels. And yeah, there was something in me that kind of always wanted to give back, I think is the best way to put it. And, you know, there are options for us now, where there's QPI with you, and what Trudy does is amazing. There's peer work, which, you know, you're also involved in and I'm involved in. And there is space in the child welfare for birth parents, right? Like, and if there's not, we're going to make it. And I guess this takes me to my last question. What do you envision for the future of child welfare?
What I envision is that we have less like families broken up from the system. What I also see is like laws, policies change. Also, what I see is like the case plans. I wish the case plans would be more flexible, to fit around it, make it more individualized around the parent, to make it so they can succeed. You know, because I feel like the case plans are just really, really, really built for the parent to fail. I see more support out there for birth parents. I feel like maybe the birth parents now can have a voice. They're being heard. And it starts a little at a time. And I just see in the future a lot of changes of everybody working together, instead of like breaking everything apart and being like so divided, you know.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm so grateful that you and I are at a place that we're at where we can collaborate and help lift up the voices of other birth parents, and advocate for those that are still in the system, but also continue to fight for bio parents.
Even aftercare as well too. I mean, even though we want to advocate for parents that are in the system, but we want to also be of support even after they're reunified as well too. Right. Because I feel like that's why a lot of like birth parents end up back in the system again, is a repeat, because there's no support. The support is only given when you're in the system.
Right.
When you're gone, it's like, okay, that's it. Yeah. But I think there should be some programs and a lot of things in place to help prevent them from coming back. It's just like being a repeat offender going back and forth to jail, you know?
Yeah, so. Yeah. A punitive surveillance system that, yeah, I agree. And I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for what you and I are going to build and shape. And I envision a future where birth parents have a seat at the table, right? All right.
And I guess it'll be a long road too, like a lot, because we got to be a lot of stigmas that are out there. You know, that's where I said I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. And basically, like, based on some of your experiences, the committees you're in now, what I've seen in certain like meetings as well too, and they don't even know who's in the room. But it's good to know that we're part of like these different platforms and committees, because you only see things from one side. But when you're part of like being a part of these committees and like QPI and stuff, and you're in these meetings and you're around other people and other professions that has to deal with the child welfare system, you get to see how everybody feeling individually about birth parents or any other individual. Everything comes out, because like we kind of tend to be one track mind and only focus on, you know, yourself and what's going on around you, but not seeing the opinions of other people. That has a role into that has a role in the child welfare system.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anything you want to add? Anything I missed? Anything you want to shout out?
I just want to say to all the birth parents that have been reunified, like, there's still a support system out there to help support you, even though you're not in the child welfare system. I also say keep going. There's people out there that's thinking about you, that people that really care about you, and to stay positive. And also, not any pressure or anything like that, but I also feel like if there's any birth parents out there that have been like reunified already, that they join the movement as well too, to be a part of it afterwards, to have more birth parents to support each other.
Yeah.
I mean, we need that support. We need you guys.
Yeah, we do. Yep. And you can reach out to Tamber or myself. And, you know, this is a movement that, you know, is really important to both of us. And, you know, we're excited for it.
Absolutely.